name is Dhea Anastasya. You can call me Dhea. Today I will be your tour guide. Now we are doing a Java, Bali and Lombok tour. I'm here with my team, Mr. Tony as a driver and Mr. Asep as a co-driver. Bali is one of the tourist destinations in Indonesia. Bali has a variety of culture and tradition, one of which is NGABEN. NGABEN, also known as a Petrayadina, Pelebon or cremation ceremony, is the Hindu funeral ritual of Bali, Indonesia. NGABEN is performed to release the soul of the dead person so that it can enter the upper realm where it can wait for it to be reborn or become liberated from the cycle of rebirth. The Balinese Hindu theology holds that there is a competition between every resident of the lower realm to chapter the soul, and a proper cremation enhances the chance that it may reach the upper realm. A quick ngaben is preferred, but usually too expensive. In Balinese culture, people go through in an interim state where they bury the dead for a while, usually near Pura Prajapati, pool funds, and cremate many recently dead of the same day in a elaborate community-based ngaben ceremony. Once the family are financially ready, they select an auspicious day, make bade or coffins to carry the dead, and announce the event in the village. The family also make a patulangan to cremate the body in, which is either a lembu, bull or mythical animal-shaped bamboo wood paper coffin to burn with the dead, or a wooden wadah or temple-like structure. Once the corpse is ready for the cremation ground, it is washed, dressed in Balinese attire, family and friends pay their last goodbye with prayers, and the mourners take it for cremation. They carry the corpse with wreaths, dressed in traditional attire, accompanied with gamelan music and singing to the kuburan or cremation ground. If the path passes through major round crossing, the coffin is rotated 3 times to confuse the evil resident of the lower realm. At the cremation ground, the corpse is placed into the bowl-shaped lembu or temple-shaped wadah. Final hymns are recited and the cremation prelude. While the corpse burns, the Balinese music team play the Bele Nganjur music, a battle song symbolizing the soul fight with evil underworld to reach the worry-free upper realm. 12 days after cremation, the family collect the ashes, fill it inside coconut shell, carry it to nearby ocean or sea to return the remains back to the element. The ngaben ceremony consists of 5 types. 1. Ngaben Sawa Wedana. Sawa Wedana is ngaben ceremony involving a body that is still intact, without being buried first. Usually, the ceremony is held within 3 until 7 days from the day the person died. The exception is common in ceremony of the main scale, the preparation of which can take up to a month. While the family prepares everything for the ceremony, the corpse will be placed in the traditional hall in each house by giving certain ingredients to slow the decay of the corpse. Nowadays, the herb is often replaced by the use of formalin. As long as the corpse is still placed in the traditional hall, the family still treats the corpse as if it should still be alive, such as bringing coffee, feeding beside the body, bringing towel and clothes. Because before the ceremony called Papegatan was held, the person concerned was considered only sleeping and still in the environment. This ceremony is belonging to the Krembikidae family. Ngaben Asti Wedana. Asti Wedana is a ngaben ceremony that involves a body that has been burned. This ceremony is accompanied by a nganga ceremony, which is a ceremony to dig back the grave of the person concerned to then treat the remaining bones. This is done in accordance with local village tradition and regulation. For example, There are curtain ceremonies where the village community is not allowed to carry out a death ceremony and a wedding ceremony. The body will be burned in a local cemetery called the Makingsan Ring Pertiwi ceremony. Third is private. Private is a NGABEN ceremony without involving the corpse of the corpse's skeleton. This is usually done for several reasons, such as died abroad or far away, the body was not found, and anything else. Yes. At this ceremony, the body is usually symbolized by sandalwood or pegawa, which is painted and filled with magical character as the robe body of the person, Atma. 4 is ngelunga. Ngelunga is a ceremony for children who have not lost their teeth. And 5 is warak kruron. Warak kruron is a ceremony for miscarried babies. NGABEN ceremony series. One is ngulapin, ceremony for summoning the Atma. This ceremony is also held if the person concerned dies outside the house concerned, for example in a hospital. This ceremony can vary depending on local custom and tradition. Some are carried out the crossroad, Ross Junction, and local cemeteries. 2 is nyiramin or ngemandusin, ceremony of bathing and cleaning the body, which is usually done in the yard of the family house or nata. This procession is also accompanied by the giving of symbols such as jasmine flower in the nasal cavity, glass lid above the eye, diamond leaf on the eyebrow, and other equipment with the aim of returning the function of the unused part of the body to their origin, as well as when the spirit of the deceased reincarnate again in order to be awarded a complete body. 3 is ngajun kajang. Kajang is sheet of white paper written with magical character by local stakeholder, priests or elders. After writing, the relative and descendant of the person concerned will carry out the ngajun kajang ceremony by pressing the kajang 3 times. As a symbol of the stability of the relative, heart to let go of the deceased and unite the heart of relative so that the deceased can quickly travel to the next realm. 4 is ngaskara. Ngaskara means purification of the spirit of deceased. This purification is carried out with the aim that the spirit concerned can unite the God and can guide his relatives who are still alive in the world. 5 is mameras. Mameras come from the word squish, which means success or completion. This ceremony is carried out when the deceased already has grandchildren, because according to the belief that the grandchild will guide the deceased path through prayer and good karma they do. 6 is obstruction. Papegatan comes from the word pegat, which means breaking up. The meaning of this ceremony is to cut off the worldly relationship and love of the deceased relative, because these two things will hinder the spirit journey to God. With this ceremony, the family means that they have sincerely let the deceased go to better place. With the ceremony, the means of the ceremony are offerings arranged in stone mortar and on top of which are filled with 2 dadap tree branches that are shaped like wicked and spread white thread on the 2 branches. Later, this thread will be broken through by relatives and bearers before leaving the house until it breaks. 7 is pakiriman ngutang. It is carried out after the papegatan ceremony, which is continued with pakiriminan to the local cemetery. The corpse and its kajang are then raised to the top of bade or wadah, which is the body carrying tower. This is not absolutely necessary. it can be replaced with an ordinary coffin called pepaga. From the house concerned, the community members will carry all the ceremonial equipment along the corpse, accompanied by the timid and excited sound of belenganjur. Belenganjur is Balinese gong, or the sound of angklung, which seems sad. On the way to the grave, the corpse will be reprayed around 3 times, which means it is a symbol of returning the Pancha Mababhuta element to their respective place. In addition, this rotation also means rotating 3 times in front of the deceased house as a symbol of separation from the relative. Rotating 3 times at the village intersection and junction is a symbol of separation from this community, and rotating 3 times in front of the grave as a symbol of separation from this world. 8 is ngeseng. Ngeseng is the funeral ceremony of the body. The body is laid in the place provided, accompanied by offering and offering with its own philosophical meaning. Then sprinkled by the priest who leads the ceremony with Tirta Pangentas acting as an abstract fire accompanied by puja mantra from the priest. After it is finished, then the corpse was burned until cured. The bones from the burning were then crushed and assembled again in the ivory coconut that had been extracted from the water. 9 is ngayut. Ngayut means is a ritual to wash away all the defilements that are still left in the spirit of the deceased, with a symbolization of washing away the ashes of the body. The ceremony is usually held in the sea or river. And the last is Makalut. The Makalut is usually held 12 days after the funeral ceremony. Meaning of this Makalut ceremony is to clean and purify the family environment due to the sadness that afflicts the family that is left behind. The philosophical 12 days of sadness are taken from the Wiracharita Mahabharata, when the Pandava experienced a sentence of 12 years in the middle of the forest. And then Ngaben have masal ngaben procession. Mass ngaben is a ngaben process that is carried out by more than one party. It can be one clan, one village, or a wider scope. This method is considered more efficient and economical because the parties involved are not only one family. Assuming more and more people follow, the cheaper the cost incurred. Thank you for your attention. That's all for me. That's all the information I can give for you. And sorry for my mistake. And enjoy your trip.